You run a Doctor Who channel but haven't seen any classic Who? Seriously? He's a Doctor Who channel but has never seen classic Doctor Who. I'm 16 and I've seen it. These are just some of the lovely comments that I get every single day.
Come on, Crispy, you never want to watch classic Doctor Who with me.
So I set myself a challenge. Watch 7 classic Doctor Who stories from 7 doctors in 7 weeks. So strap in because today we're watching... Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there!
And welcome back to Crispy Pro. Today we're watching, The Two Doctors. It's a multi-doctor special. Let's get crazy. I was really excited for this one because, I mean, look at the cover. We've got a Sontaran, we've got Colin Baker and Patrick Troughton. What are these guys doing teaming up? But this week's going to be a little different. I wasn't watching this story from the comfort of my house or a beautiful cliffside. I was watching this on a plane. So my family and I did something no Australian family has ever done before and went on a holiday to Bali. And we all wore matching shirts. It was incredibly cringe. But I had the episodes downloaded on my laptop and I was ready for an incredible holiday. I was prepared to watch this multi-doctor story on the flight there. It would have been the perfect way to start the holiday. And oh my gosh, look at me. I hate it when I don't shave. Yuck. Myself and the whole family made our way onto the plane. We got comfortable into our seats. And I was ready to watch the first multi-doctor story I had seen since 2013 at my local cinema. Oh well, I guess the reality war was a multi-doctor story. Anyway, whatever. So I got comfortable, said g'day to the bloke next to me. He was very nice. And then the plane took off, so I got my laptop out and I realized I had downloaded the episodes onto my work computer, not my personal computer, like an idiot. So anyway, the whole holiday went by. We had a fantastic time, saw some waterfalls, did some quad biking, and relaxed like a gosh damn king. And then on the flight home, I finally watched The Two Doctors. Finally. What's this story about? The paths of the 2nd and 6th Doctor cross an alien omnivore's plan to steal a secret of the Time Lords with the help of the Sontarans. Okay, let's get back into it. I'm on the flight home from the holiday. I have a clean-shaven face, thank goodness. My cousin is sat next to me and he's relaxing like a goddamn king as well. More on him in a second. But the episode started and gosh damn, I love the Colin Baker era intro sequence. It's so much fun. It's so colorful. It should also be noted that I was just taking notes on the plane whilst watching these episodes there on my laptop. And I haven't looked at these notes for a while and some of my comments are wild. To my surprise, the episode started with the 2nd Doctor and Jamie. Unlike the 50th anniversary where you have to wait 15 minutes to see good old David Tennant, these guys are straight into the action. The 2nd Doctor and Jamie arrive at a space station on a secret Time Lord mission to stop a dangerous time experiment. And they meet this dude outside who asks if he can purchase Jamie? Huh? What? I don't like the cannibal undertones already. And I mean, to be honest, I was already feeling a little bit sick on the flight. And the 2nd Doctor says, 1 meal a day is quite sufficient, Jamie. And after my holiday, I kind of agree. I ate so much. I ate way too much. I put on so much weight. Anyway, 10 minutes later, the 6th Doctor finally rocks up and he's fishing with Perry. What an absolute vibe that is. I love it when the Doctor and the companions are just hanging out. Sometimes that's something we don't really see. It's just kind of a glimpse into, you know, the fun side of traveling where it's not being chased by Daleks or Cybermen. But I will say, from the stories I've seen of Perry, I feel like Perry's one of those companions that is just constantly annoyed by the Doctor. Am I making any sense there? Is that a weird take? Is she sick of the Doctor? Also, speaking of sick, my cousin next to me was actually sick on the plane at this point, so that was fun. He threw up in a bag right next to me. It was truly surreal watching this program with, you know, cannibal undertones with the smell of sick 30,000 feet in the air. Anyway, the episode keeps cutting back between the 6th and 2nd Doctors. And then the 6th Doctor rocks up to the same space station that we saw the 2nd Doctor and Jamie at. But everything is dark. The smell of decay and death is everywhere. Perry then faints, and then they snoop around this office looking for clues. The Doctor discovers the scientist's day journal and the Time Lord's objections to the experiments. He refuses to believe his people are responsible for the massacre. Perry suggests someone is trying to frame the Time Lords and drive a wedge between them and the Third Zone governments, whatever that means. Cut back to Earth and the weird cannibal man kills an old lady. And then back at the station, I've got to say, this is one of the coolest Doctor Who sets I've seen in a while. It feels weirdly nostalgic. It's giving, McDonald's playground and laser tag. Meanwhile, the Sontarans have summoned a ship, and we get introduced to Oscar and Anita, and they run a restaurant in the city. This story is really just about food. Oscar and Anita see the ship fly past and they're like, what the heck is that? But back on the spaceship, we have an epic cliffhanger. Emphasis on the hanger. Perry is attacked by a humanoid in rags. Her cries distract the Doctor. He is hit by a gas trap and falls unconscious, getting stuck in wires. And that's the end of episode 1. And here was my in-the-moment reaction to episode 1. Okay, let's move on to episode 2. Once again, with classic Doctor Who, the cliffhanger is solved almost immediately with, oh no, the Doctor's fine, don't worry about it. But the Doctor and Perry meet up with Jamie. How cool's that? I like that. But how did he get here? The Doctor, Perry, and Jamie are like, where the heck is Patrick Troughton's second Doctor? They don't actually say that, but wouldn't that be funny? They deduce that the Sontarans have probably taken him, which they have. So they get in the TARDIS and try and find the second Doctor. They dematerialize and run into Oscar and Anita. Oscar thinks that they're undercover cops because of the police box and decides to help out. Now, there are a lot of characters here, but I think the bad guy's plan was to use the Doctor's DNA somehow to harness time travel? I just have a note here that says in order to make a TARDIS, you need Time Lord DNA. Rassilon set it up, the cheeky boy. He is a cheeky boy. The sixth Doctor and Jamie make it to the cellar, where they find the machine that says it's almost ready to use. Unfortunately, the Sontarans have heard him. Outside, Shockeye catches up with Perry. That's the name of this scary guy, Shockeye. He's a shock to the eye, alright. I'm kidding, he's beautiful. She trips and falls. Shockeye looms over her, muttering with delight. And this was truly a horrifying cliffhanger. Here was my reaction. And I will say so far, for a multi-Doctor story, this story is only 3 parts, and we've just finished 2 parts, and the Doctors haven't even met yet. What's going on? They should have called it, the 2 separate Doctors. We're an hour and a half into this thing, but I am having a good time. It's a weird episode. Maybe too many characters, but it's weird. Let's move on to part 3. On the flight, I had a cheeky little sandwich to begin this episode. I can't believe I'm eating during this episode anyway. The Sontaran has Jamie at gunpoint and demands the Doctor go into the machine so that it can work as a time machine. Jamie then f***ing stabs the Sontaran and they run out of there. And then we finally see the 6th and the 2nd Doctor meet. That is a big old fan moment here. That's the reason that I'm doing this series right now. I love seeing moments like this during this series. So yeah, if you've got any value out of this series and me, discovering my love for classic Doctor Who, please consider subscribing. We've got a whole lot of good stuff coming. So yeah, the 2nd Doctor is stuck in this chair, which reminded me of The End of Time. Another story with 2 Doctors. Think about it, but their effort seems to be short-lived as the 2nd Doctor gets captured again. Meanwhile, Perry looks like she's about to get eaten, and I just don't like this guy. I hate Shockeye. Get out of here. They do some experiments on the 2nd Doctor and he ends up looking like Shockeye. Oh no! Doctor, no! Please! And their tummies are grumbling, and they get a little bit peckish. They get so hungry, so they hit the town. The boys are hitting the town for a feed. And as off-putting as it is to see Patrick Troughton act like this, he's absolutely crushing it, and you can tell he's having a lot of fun. But then this episode features one of the weirdest sequences I have ever seen in Doctor Who, with Shockeye and the Doctor just eating at this restaurant in their top hats. It's bonkers. It's so weird. Well, it was all fun and game until they f***ing stabbed my boy Oscar. What? That's 2 stabbings this episode. Classic Who once again continues to be unnecessarily violent. The bad guys then turn against each other, and this girl tries to use the time machine, but it explodes on her. The 2nd Doctor and Jamie leave in their TARDIS, while the 6th Doctor and Perry return to theirs, with the Doctor deciding they'll stick to vegetarian food from now on. And there we go. What a fever dream of a story. I couldn't believe watching this on the flight. What a surreal experience this was. The 2 Doctors isn't necessarily the fun, family-friendly story you'd expect from Patrick Troughton's return. Instead, it's a dark, violent story filled with cannibalism and stabbings. But I mean, I enjoy the Sontarans, even if they could have been in it more. And the Spanish setting was nice. I enjoyed that. I didn't really mention that. The location stuff was cool. Troughton and Jamie shine, even if it's ever so brief. And it's always nice to see Colin Baker. I love Colin Baker, one of the most underrated doctors ever. Even if I feel like his relationship with Perry is just toxic. I feel like it's just toxic. But for me, this is definitely one of the weirdest multi-doctor specials that I have ever seen. A truly, truly bizarre episode. Do people love this one? I've never really heard people talk about the two doctors before. So let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. I know this video was a bit different. It's me talking to the camera instead of, you know, kind of taking you along with the journey. I probably could have filmed more on the plane, but there were people next to me. I didn't want to be that annoying YouTuber on the plane. But next video, the final part of my 7-part series, we are going to be watching a Rani story with Sylvester McCoy, and it's business as usual. I take you through my entire journey. And will I like the episode? Only one way to find out. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Okay, that's got to do. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and I will see you next week. Allons-y!